asking, I'll put you in it.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
Your name badge didn't get in there.
Huh?
Your name badge didn't get in there. You gotta walk back by. And it's creeping up on people. Not if you arrive late like I did. I mean, everybody else is back there. I don't want to be back there.
Good afternoon, everyone. They said get close to the mic. I think you're a little bit too close.
Good job.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know many people in this room, but I don't know that everybody knows me. My name is Jeff Harry. I am the Saline County Judge, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome each of you to the ribbon cutting and grand opening of the Saline County. Of the Saline County Career and Technical Campus. We've been waiting a long time to say that. Many of us in this room have been working on this project for a long time, and we have much to be grateful for. But this first is going to thank the good Lord about it. I'm going to ask Senator Kim Hammer to come out and give some prayer.
Please stand in honor of the Lord. Father God, we come before your throne today, and we are indeed a grateful people. Your word tells us that if we would cast the bread upon the water, we come back, and Father, the citizens of this county have cast the bread upon the water. You not only sent it back, you sent it back in a big loaf. We thank you, Lord, for that. We thank you, Lord, for the trust relationship that has been developed between a government entity, a higher ed entity, and the general public. That today we enjoy the fruits of the labor of many people. No one is any more important than any other in the process, and it's been a great effort of teamwork, similar to when you brought those 12 together and with what you did, and Father, we've been able to duplicate that here. We thank you for the safety that has been experienced during this construction project. We thank you for the skilled labor, Father, that has been used in order to bring this facility about. Our prayer as a community is that we would use it to just, Father, enhance our society by developing work skills that will go out into the job market, and they would be able to be gainfully employed. They would experience the satisfaction of being able to contribute back to the community that has contributed to them this opportunity. We praise you, Lord, for living in a free country, and having this opportunity that we do today. We ask your blessing upon all that Father, just protect the opportunity we have today to assemble publicly without fear of persecution. Now, Father, I ask you in conclusion that you bless the students and the staff that will come through this building. I just pray, Father, that the experience that they will receive will make them productive members of our society, and that, Father, everything that's been said and done represented in this building would be for your honor and for your glory, for without you it would not have been possible. We ask all these things in the name of Jesus Christ, the Savior, and all God's people said, Amen.
Together, we can make a difference. that time period, my good friend, Lamont Cornwell, kept saying this phrase, together we can make a difference. Early on, with every phone call at the end, he would say that phrase. Most meetings he would end that way. Certainly every email he would sign off with, together we can make a difference. Too many times, actually in the history of Saline County, we, as leaders, have let jurisdictional boundaries and personal differences sometimes stand in our way of our possibilities. And I think this campus is a shining example of what can happen when we as leaders put away those personal differences, step across those boundaries and say, together we're stronger, and together we can make a difference. Certainly, there are a few people here, a lot of people here, that have made a difference in the design and creation of this campus. And I would like to certainly recognize them right now. And that would be our architect on this project, Brian Black. Brian, where are you? Our interior designer, Leslie Black. And actually, the entire team at Black really owns and used. You can walk around this facility today, and I promise you, you will see the passion and the hard work that they have put into this place. And gentlemen, I thank the ladies. Thank you very, very much for everything that you've sacrificed. Thank you again. I'd also like to thank our builders on this project, CDI contractors. I know that many of y'all are here today. I don't know where you're all at, but raise your hand. We'd like to give y'all a round of applause. Ed, Danny, thank you. I appreciate it very, very much. You know, developing this project has involved hundreds of people all over this county and tons of inter-agency cooperation. It is very likely that if you are here today, that you played your own specific role in seeing this campus become a reality. Thank you for that. You should take pride in that. I wish I could recognize every single one of you here today, but time is not going to allow that. But I would like to recognize a few companies and individuals, organizations, and I certainly want to start with the Saline County Economic Development Corporation. The SCDC is really what started this thing 9 years ago, with their involvement in a study of what Saline County needed to do better for economic development. Jane Broadway, part of that group, thank you for your work on that. Obviously, Lamont, thank you for your work on that too. And the rest of the members of SCDC, thank you for putting us on this track so many years ago. And then the Saline County School Districts and the school boards of those districts of Benton, Bryant, Bauxite, Army Grove, Glenrose, and Sheridan. To you school board members that are in attendance today, thank you for your vision, thank you for your leadership, and thank you for your support on this project. And then, of course, the superintendents of all those districts. I'd like for these men and ladies to stand. Dr. Mike Skelton, Dr. Karen Walters, Matt Donahue, Keith Bennett, Tim Hoffman, and Dr. Jerry Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a very special group of educators out there. I can tell you that they have spent countless hours and their staff working through all kinds of issues over the last few years to get us to this point, because this is something that has never been done before. Each of you went through the same twists and turns and hills and valleys. And superintendents, I thank each of you for your time and your dedication on this project. And we would not be here without each of you here today. Dr. Steve Rook. And the entire staff of ASU Three Rivers. I'd like to recognize them too as well. Dr. Rook, I remember the first day that I met you. Alon and I came into your office and told you what we wanted to do, what our plan was to do it. And you said, count us all in, which was something that we hadn't heard. Normally, we're used to no, or well, we can think about that, or we'll get back to you, or we need to have some discussion. You said, count us all in. No questions, no and or but, just count us all in. And you've had that same count us all in. And we can do this attitude this entire time. And I thank you for your vision and your support and your partnership. All of the county legislators that we have that represent Saline County. I know many of y'all are here today. Y'all, if you're standing, raise your hand. If you're sitting, go ahead and stand up. Every one of y'all certainly were supportive of this project. And I thank each and every one of you for what you've been able to accomplish and do in helping us get here today. I would like to specifically point out and recognize my good friend, Representative Randy Fight, as well as Senator Kim Hammer. Both carried legislation that we needed in order to get us here today, and even sometimes having to make appointments to talk to the governor about what we were trying to do. So thank you both for everything that you've been able to do. I'd like to thank my Saline County Board. Many of y'all are here today. And I don't know if all of y'all are here today, but I would like to recognize each of you that are on the board now and those that were there in 2018 when we certainly had to make a very important decision. So J.R. Walters, you are here, stand up. J.R. there you go. Josh Curtis, Jim Whitney, Pat Bisbee, David Gibson, Mark Grimmett, Barbara Howell, Ed Alvarez, Clint Chisholm, Keith Peck, Carlton Bisbee, Tammy Schmidt, Everett Patrick. One of the other full court members who's not on the full court anymore, but he is here today and working on this project, Jim Zahn. I'd like to recognize Jim as well. You know, everyone knows that placing a tax issue on a ballot in a conservative county like Saline County should and would not be a very easy decision for its members. One of only 2 counties in the state at the time did not have a countywide sales tax, and when you're in an election year, you give pause to most elected officials, and we probably should. However, these men and women saw a vision and they viewed it as an investment future of our county. And I would like to say thank you for that. Thank you for stepping up as leaders and being in support of this project. The Benton Chamber of Commerce, the Bryant Chamber of Commerce, the Hot Springs Village Chamber of Commerce, those organizations, and Gary, Jason, you and your staffs and your members, y'all are absolutely awesome. And we're certainly during this time. You rallied your troops to go out and educate the public and convince the voters, and rightfully so, that this was an investment in their future and in the county's future. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for everything that y'all did in this project. And then, of course, the voters of Saline County. Thank you for seeing this vision and the opportunity for the future of the Saline County. And thank you for trusting in all those that were behind this effort. And lastly, I'm going to thank my good friend, Lamont Cornwell. Lamont, you have been the heart that has kept the blood moving on this project for 9 years. 9 years. We ran into a lot of obstacles on this journey, a lot of hurdles we had to get over. But he never gave up, never gave in. And it was always so positive. No matter how excited, frustrated, doubtful that I got, which happened a lot, he was the calm voice and the calm man in the room. Lamont, thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, and your leadership. But most of all, all right, just gave him a hand. Let's give him another hand for the guy that kept this whole thing together so that together we could accomplish so much.
I'm supposed to talk here. It's another custom that other people do in their hands. Many people like that. I thought about something in this process, where we came from, where we are today. I thought a great deal about something I learned growing up. My father taught me to do 2 or 3 things. He said, work hard, don't give up, and be proud. Never used the I word in any presentation. It's always been we, you, and they. I'm going to use the I word today because I'm proud. Always. Have 5 minutes to talk about 9 years of work, so y'all bear with me as I go through the process. To say it was a journey easy to accomplish would be really the furthest thing from the truth. But we began in a small, many of you remember, in a small hotel room in Brown, Arkansas, less than 15 people. We talked about what Saline County would look like in 2020. And we coined the term Saline 2020. And we moved forward. We hired a consultant, he came in. We sent out questionnaires to all of you. You responded, and we came up with 6 outstanding programs. What we could do in Saline County between then and 20 years of 2020 God. Made really 3 nice 3-ring binders that sat on the shelf. Weren't you? What I asked them to do when we sat down to look at the process, asked the chairman to all come back. We pulled the 3-ring binders off the wall. We said, let's just pick one that we can do. Let's just pick one and just get something done. They sat down together, all came together, and decided we would do career educational training for high school students to go to the workforce. That was the first thing that the consultant came in and did, and the Saline 2020 icon, logo, whatever you want to call it, became a part of our marching. We then decided once we would do that, how would we do it and what would it look like? So we then hired a consultant out of Berkeley, Michigan, Stantec Corporation, #1 in the nation designing career technical centers and what they're going to teach. They came in and spent 18 months with us. We had talked over 180 businesses. We talked over 6, 7 school districts at that time, and countless members of you as we went through the process. And we pulled the term together, we can make a difference. We come together and decided what we're going to do is we're going to move forward building a career technical education center that will serve students of Saline County. And we got together and began that process. To do that, we had to get a vote from you, the people of Saline County. Our theme for that was train Saline and stay Saline. You may remember that. We train students here, we keep them. We train Saline, we stay Saline. Worked very hard to get that thing through in a strongly Republican county against taxes. My good friend Curtis Ferguson made an effort to be here. Man, Curtis, recognize you sitting back here. Thank you. Curtis told me, well, anyway, we can't make it happen. It's not going to happen. We never gave up. Together we made a difference. And we took a step forward to the process. You voted 55% to 45%. For 3/8 of 1 state sales tax. 37 $100, and you're standing in that today. Can't thank you enough for what you've done. Can't thank you enough for the success we've had. Think about where we are today, and I think together, yeah, we made a difference. But we have more to do. We're not done. We have the school, we have a great administrator here, great staff he's hired around him to move forward like that. But we have to do more. We cannot train the future for our children, but we can train our future for our children. That's what we have to do in this process. So you have received from me about 9 years of work in my life. But I want to take this time to tell you we have to do more. We have to move forward. We have to operate in a very changing work environment. Today, what is expected by the workforce is not what we will be doing next week and next year. Many of the issues, the problems they had in the centers I toured was they weren't flexible. We need to be flexible enough to move forward, and we have the people to do that. And together, we can make a difference. This was much like a maze as we walked through it every day. We would go down one way, run into a wall, we'd have to stop, back up, and forward. We'd move down another area of the maze to get it accomplished, we'd have to stop, and back up, and go another way. One wall we couldn't crack or go, we had to crank it down to finish it together. One phone call, that was all the way. I appreciate that very much. So anyway, the people that you see here today that worked hard in this center, it is an amazing people. And today, we worked hard. We didn't quit. We all should be perfect as we move forward with this. Now, I want to introduce the gentleman to you that's going to take the reins. He is got a long time. Chancellor, whatever his name is, a long time. His name is Scott Cook. Scott came to us with one of about 26 applications. He was by far the best, unanimously selected by the team to run our center. As I sat down with Scott, we visited quite a bit the other day with his team. We told the story, we listened, and heard where we are, and where we came from, and where we've been. And I could see pride in him for the thankfulness of what we've done. But as I introduced Scott today, I thought about what to say. Great man, great personality, can work with the business community, great communicator, everything we needed for this center. But I said, okay, Scott, tell me how you pronounce your last name. I knew we had the right guy when he said Scott. So in following along with his wishes and that tradition and his request, I give you Scott.
How is everybody today?
Wonderful.
What an incredible day. As you look around, I was just asking Dr. Welch, how many people you think are in here? There are 200 chairs on the floor, and I think we're double that, if not more. So let's just round up and be sure we'll say we're 500 plus. But that number is important, you see, because Monday, 500 plus students will start attending here in year one. And that's what we're getting ready for. Today is a big day as Lamont said, we changed chapters. Because we now prepare for what our mission was the entire time. And we take what the dream is, what we've aspired to be to this point, and now we bring it to reality. The shell, the castle, is where we start. And so my job today is to introduce you to the programs that we'll have in here, the staff that will help make this mission happen, and to talk a little bit about the partnerships that will achieve what we can in the future. When we look at programs, in year one we'll start with 8 programs. We'll add 2 more in year 2. Each one of those programs will end in a college degree. A very real college degree. They will walk across their high school stage to graduate high school, and the next day they'll come to us in Malvern and walk across our stage with a college degree. tour for me. I always feel like the OxyClean guy because I'm always like, but wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. They also, every program will have at least one, if not several, nationally recognized certifications that when they go to apply for a job, it will separate them from everybody they're competing with. And in fact, by week 3 of this semester, almost 80% of the students will have their first one completed. With our programs, our goal is very simple. We do not simply want to become just another program, but we want to become a center of excellence in every single program we have. And that's the dream that we dream. That's the expectation that we have for ourselves. But I'm not going to be the one who's going to be doing the heavy lifting. I'm the guy who's going to get obstacles out of the way for the people who are doing the heavy lifting. The heavy lifting are the people that are in the green SCCTC t-shirts. Those are our faculty and our staff. Those are the ones who will make this happen. I was looking at some quick numbers, and if my math is correct, and it may be a little bit short, but these are industry people with over 236 years of industry experience. These are people who know what industry needs because as of 2.5 weeks ago, they were those people. But they chose to come be our people. Let's talk a little bit about them as a group. They are all people of high character, charisma, and they are professionals of industry. And that's what we're going to provide to our students. It's not what a textbook says, but what they actually need to be successful. And to introduce you to our team, if they would just raise their hands, because I think most of them are in the wings. Leanne Thomas, our medical professions instructor. Ramsey, sorry. Sit right there. Victoria Allison, Health Sciences. John Westbrook, Industrial Technology. Kevin Hunt, Computer Networking, and by next year, Cybersecurity. Our welding instructor, Heath Kite. The next gentleman has not started yet because these are hard to find. HVAC instructor, Mr. Brandon Taylor. Matthew Smith, Construction Technology. Thomas Snyder, Automotive Technology. In addition to our faculty, we also have several team members who are going to help carry the ball. We're going to have a success coach whose sole job is to prepare them for next chapter, whether that's work, military, 2-year, 4-year, whatever their next chapter is. This gentleman will make it possible. Matt Cummings. We have a whole lot of technology in this building. I learn more every day. Every square inch is covered by one of the most high-tech camera systems that we've got. We're Wi-Fi covered every square inch, and there's things I don't even know what to tell you. I can turn the lights on from home, and I can adjust the air conditioner from my couch. But the person who actually knows how all that works is our IT director, Mr. Ruben Canada. And the newest member of our team, in partnership with the City of Benton Chief and Mayor, we appreciate your guys' support, our SRO, Mr. Corey Green. That's our team. That's us who will be working with your students, your family, It might be some of our students in this room next week. The last thing that I'd like to talk about is the partnerships that still exist. We are an NC3 partner program. There's a press release that nobody knows about yet that's going to go out later this week. But we have been named the first leadership school for NC3 in the state of Arkansas, and that press release will go out later this week. But NC3, that's a big one. That's clap on that. But it all becomes possible because of the programs through the Office of Skills Development. And a lot of those officials are here today. And we thank you all for not only your commitment and partnership so far, but for what we'll do in the future. We also thank our school districts for their commitments. 6 school districts all working together. When I first took the job, I was like, I don't know how this is going to work. But then I went and I interviewed each one of the superintendents, and they're in lockstep. I asked them what winning looked like, and they said a wait list in year 2. And you know what the wait list looks like? Double year 1. And that's where the last part that I want to touch on with each of you is that in order to make that happen, we're going to need everybody. We're going to need industrial partners to be here, not just to give us, but for us to help you. We look for win-win in every opportunity. Look at this space. We can help you with what you need. Help us grow the program and the kids to be the next. But then also help us spread the word about what we're doing. If you're a Facebook person, find us on Facebook, Saline County Career Technical Campus, and follow us. Share our posts. Help us spread the word. Help us tell the story, because if people don't know it, we want it because they're hiding. Help us spread the word. Help us build the excitement. Our only limitation is the strength of our imagination. That's where we start. But as you've heard repeatedly, it's together that we will make a difference. We thank you all for being out here. We've got some more to share, but we're excited, and we hope it's not the last time. When we open our doors on the 16th of August, that's 5 days from now, that's why I have no hair. That will be our lowest performing day ever, because we will get better each and every day. But to explain how that partnership works, especially on day 1, I'd like to introduce to the microphone the superintendent of Bryant Schools, Ms. Karen Walters, so that she can share with us the vision and the partnership from the school districts.
Next time the judge asks me to do this, I'm going to make sure I don't have to follow that. He is like the Chris Farley salesman character. But it's very authentic and genuine. I'm Karen Walters. I'm superintendent at Bryant, and I'm actually speaking today on behalf of all 6 districts, not just Bryant. Judge Eric reached out and said, would you speak about what the school district's roles are going to be in making sure that we get our students to this campus? And I thought about that, and I think we probably have a little bit of Field of Dreams going on here. When you build a building that looks like this, I think we have somewhat of a wow factor. You build it and they will come. So we think we may get a little bit of that. But we know that's only going to take us so far. And all 6 districts have been working long before this building was finished. Our staffs, and when I say the superintendents, we all know that we don't do the actual work, our staffs do. But our staffs have been working on a marketing plan. They've created videos. We have a website. We've been talking to our kids since back in the spring. Even though we couldn't show them the buildings, we showed them renderings of the buildings. We talked about the programs. We have created a website for all 6 of our districts where we have in-depth information about what these programs are. What kind of jobs can you get with this program? What kind of pay would you expect to receive this? So we are all committed to that. Now that we can actually bring students to a building, it's going to be that much easier to sell for us. It's not going to be looking at a computer screen. I know we all have staff that are actually coming to the campus. I think our staff at Bryant High School is coming tomorrow. We want our teachers to see this building. Because I know at Bryant, we're large enough and even at a small district, one person can't reach all of our high school students. We need every one of our teachers to see this building. We need them to talk about it in their classrooms. Because, as I said, one person can't do it. It can't just be left up to our counselors. But we are going to have our counselors out there meeting with Scott and his staff often. Those career counselors are the ones that talk to those kids. They know the kids that say, you know, I'm not really interested in going to college. I don't know what to do. We want them to be prepared and equipped to be able to talk to those students. And we're committed to do whatever it takes to make that happen. And I will say, as I introduce the next person, Dr. Steve Brook, I will just echo what was said earlier from day one when we reached out to Dr. Brook. It was whatever he needed us to do. I think there were a few days he probably regretted telling us that, but exactly what he said. So, without further ado, Dr. Brook.
This is an amazing day for ASU Three Rivers, and it's the amazing start. It's very special for Saline County. First, I would like to thank the voters of Saline County and the taxpayers of Saline County for building this amazing facility, and I pledge to you that ASU Three Rivers will do everything in our power to provide the most excellent academic experience for your students. And that is our pledge to you. I do want to add one thing, well, maybe two things. First of all, my job for the last few months is trying to get Scott Cooper to come out of his shell. Maybe that's working. But what I do want to add to his remarks is that any student who completes a program, a two-year program here at this center, will automatically get a half tuition discount at ASU Three Rivers to continue their education.
Wow.
Complete their two-year About 5 years ago, I asked Shane Broadway when I started as president of College of Washington. I said, I'd like to try to get a little more involved in Saline County. Who do I need to introduce myself to? And he said, you need to introduce yourself to Judge Jeff Eric from Lamont Cornwall. So, being a young new president, I introduced myself to Lamont Cornwall. I said, if there's anything we can do to increase our involvement, let me know. And I got a phone call about 7 months later. And it said, did you mean what you said? Yes, sir, I did. So as the judge said, we had a meeting, and I said, we're all in. Now, I'm not sure if that was my wonderful vision or just being naive as a new college president. Because, yeah, somebody, Shane Broadway said, sucker. And I went to my cabinet the next meeting and said, well, here's what I've agreed to. And they went, what? What have you agreed to? But it has been an amazing process, and I want to thank the 6 superintendents. The last 2 years, the devil has been in the detail. And have we agreed on everything? Almost. And what we couldn't agree on, we knew that we could solve the solution together, and we have. I do want to thank my board of visitors, who was the board of trustees when we entered into this MOU. And if I remember, I know that Mark Roberts is here. Rick McClure, who is not only a member of our board of visitors, but also our state representative for our district. Do I have any other board of visitors members here? I appreciate their support in this. And when I brought the proposal to them and showed them the memorandum of agreement, that they were wholehearted and supported us and said, yes, we're all in with this. So we're just very fortunate to be a part of this. Also, if all the ASU Three Rivers family that are here, and even those who may be retired, y'all just kind of raise your hand. And I'd like to thank those folks for all their support. As Lamont said, it's been an incredible journey, and he and I have grown very close over the last few years. He's just a great asset to Saline County. But one of the things that we were able to bring to the table a couple of years ago was the Arkansas State University system. And we are very proud that we have the resources of Shane Broadway and my boss now, Dr. Chuck Welch. So I'll turn it over to Dr. Welch for a few minutes.
Thank you, Dr. Look, and I'll be very brief, but I just want to say how thrilled we are in the ASU system to be here today, to be a part of this exciting project, and also say how envious the other 6 campuses in our system are that they don't have something like this in their own communities. And I hope you realize just how unique and how special this is, not only in the state of Arkansas, but truly across the country. You just don't see things like this, where you have higher education institutions partnering with 6 local school districts through a facility that was funded through a county-wide vote. It just doesn't happen. And so I want to absolutely. And so I want to commend all of you for that vision and for that commitment and not letting roadblocks get in your way and getting to this point today, because it truly is something that I believe will be transformative to the individuals that come through this facility, but to the entire county as well. You know, Dr. Rook mentioned a couple of years ago when College of Washita was looking at the possibility of joining a system, and one of the questions that we continually got from their board was, what is it about our institution that is attractive to the ASU system? And there were a long list of things that were attractive, but I'd be lying if I didn't say this was one of the things that was most attractive. And we held Shane Broadway personally responsible. I mean, he's been to every pancake breakfast and funeral and Kiwanis dinner the last 40 years. I said, we got to make this happen. This is something truly unique, and we want to be a part of it. And we are so thrilled to now be a part of that. And I can tell you, we have 4 of our Board of Trustees members here today who also recognize just what a huge event this is. Our Chairman, Price Gardner, our Vice Chair, Christy Clark, Steve Eddington, Bishop Robert Rudolph, both Saline County residents, and I want to thank the 4 of you for being here, for your belief when we were talking about this merger, and for your understanding of just what this facility can be. You know, we're going to not only provide workforce training, we're not only going to provide opportunities for the students in these 6 school districts to have something that their counterparts across the state will have. But Lamont, as you and I talked about other times, when we're outside of that normal school day, we're also going to look at opportunities to bring baccalaureate degrees and graduate degrees to Saline County as well. So that this can be a county that is one of the most educated, one of the most prepared, and one of the most dynamic in the state of Arkansas. We are thrilled to be a part of it. We are in awe of what you've done, and we're grateful to be here today and excited to get to work with all of you. And with that, I'm going to ask Judge Erie to come back and introduce our very special guest that's here today. Judge?
Thank you, Dr. Wilkes. I appreciate that very much. I'm so happy that ASU and ASU certainly have a great presence in Saline County. You heard me speak earlier that if you were in this room, you probably played some kind of specific role in seeing that this campus was reality. And certainly our next speaker had a role in this too. You heard Lamont talk about a wall that we didn't think that we could get over or get through. And that happened back in 2018. And we thought the train had stopped. But as I heard you, a good friend of mine, Representative Laney Flack, helped us get again to see the governor. And we told the governor what our story was, what we were trying to accomplish, and what our plan to get there was, and what our issue was, and asked him for help. And he listened, and he responded. And with his support, we made it over that wall. But Governor Hutchinson has always been a part of the workforce training, and he understands the vital role that it plays in job growth. In 2014, then candidate Governor Hutchinson said this, and I'm going to quote, I didn't ask you for his permission, I just found this governor, so you don't have a clue what I'm talking. My #1 priority is economic growth and job creation in Arkansas. If we are serious about growing Arkansas's economy, then we have to be serious about training our workforce. We have an opportunity to create a competitive edge in the recruiting industry in Arkansas. We're competing for jobs in a global marketplace, and the jobs will flow to those states with skilled workers with an educational system that matches the training to the technology of the workplace. We need to be efficient and focused on providing Arkansans with the skills they need to build an economy that will be competitive worldwide. Governor, that is certainly a vision that we certainly share here in Saline County, and that is exactly what we were trying to accomplish today. And we certainly thank you for your support on this project, and thank you for being here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Asa Hutchinson.
Last time I saw this many people in a room with people on the walls at the town hall meeting in Silent Spring. So I'm glad to be in a very, very friendly environment today. And it's good to have a celebration. It's good to have a celebration of the success of a community, a recognition of the difference that leadership makes, and how people respond to leadership because they vote with confidence that we believe in the vision, we believe in the mission, and we want to help see it accomplished. One of the challenges that we have in America is that many people have lost confidence in the institutions of government and in our political affairs, and the reason is because they don't see promises kept, they don't see commitments fulfilled, and they don't see visions realized. Well, what you have done through this success story is to restore confidence. And the people can come here and they can see the reality of their investment. They can see that the trust that they placed in their leaders is justified and will pay dividends for their children and their grandchildren. And to me, that in and of itself is something that is very, very good. And I do recall, Jeff, the meeting that we had in my office, and I thought everything started when I became governor, but then I find out that Shane says, no, this started when he was Speaker of the House. This must have been 50 years ago. But I'm glad that I could help over a hurdle. But whenever I heard the story that you've got a vision that's going to bring 6 high schools together for a common mission, partnering with a 2-year college, and that you're going to partner with industry to produce jobs and training skills that we need, I said, I'm all in. This is the vision that we have as a state. And whenever I became governor, we had 54 high schools in Arkansas that did not have access to a career learning center. 54 high schools. This last year, that number has been reduced to 2. Members of the General Assembly are here who've done an incredible job of leading this effort, but also supporting job skill training all across the state of Arkansas and funding it. You've got great partners here. Now, I mentioned that we had 52 high schools that didn't have career centers, and now it's down to 2. But let me tell you, not all things are equal to the state of Arkansas. And because of what you have done through your leadership, your commitment, and your investment, this is a world-class training center that all of Arkansas can be proud of. Finally, it's important to look to the future. And it is exciting to recognize 500 students that are going to be coming here when school starts. And they're going to be coming here through learning auto tech, construction, HVAC, welding, all of these things, including cybersecurity, I might add, and including health sciences. And the Lord knows we need more nurses, we need more doctors, we need people in the health sciences. You'll not only be filling a need of the present, but you're also going to be providing us the skills for industry that will help us in Saline County and across the state to attract the high-paying jobs that we want for our future. It starts with Saline County, it ends with Saline County right here in terms of keeping your young people at home and giving them the opportunities of a lifetime of global education that is powerful, that is unique, and that will make a difference in their lives and the lives of the community. And so thank you for letting me be a small part of it, and just to say with a great exclamation point, congratulations, Saline County.
Thank you, Governor. We appreciate you very much for taking time from I know what is your busy schedule. And I just want you to know that all of us are praying for you and your leadership and all of our elected officials at this time, leading us through this pandemic. And we thank you all for your vision, your leadership, for helping us to realize what is happening here today. My name is Shane Broadway. Today I'm in two roles. One, I am chairman of the Saline County Economic Development Corporation Board of Directors. That's my full-time, non-paying job. I also am the Vice President for University Relations for the ASU system, so I have to put up with these two characters. So add me to your prayer list, if you don't mind. We are honored that the Governor is here today, and we appreciate his leadership in helping us get here. We also have many others that I want to recognize real quickly. If you will, wave your hand or stand up, please. Members of the General Assembly that are here. We have two birthdays today, Senator Kim Hammer and Senator Alan Clark. You don't clap a lot. I got 2 pages of names, so you might want to wait till the end. We have Senator Bill Sample with us as well, Senator Jane English, who I knew was going to clap on the certification part. It's kind of you mentioned that. National certifications, she's been championing that for years. We have the Chairman of the House Education Committee, Representative Bruce Cozart, our own Representative Lanny Fight, Representative McClure, Representative Mayberry. If you all please stand up so everybody can see you. Representative Mayberry, Representative McGrew, Representative Kim Bragg, Representative Tony Furman, Representative Keith Brooks. Did I get all the House and Senate members? Did I miss anybody? We also have former Senator Charlie Gold-Chapin, who is also our neighbor over here. We're also honored today, and we appreciate all our help. If you notice, the road looked really nice on your way in today. The Director of the Arkansas Department of Transportation and Saline County's own, Lori Tudor, is with us today. Also, the money that's going to fund those 500 students that walk in here on Monday come from the Office of Skills Development, and Cody Waits, the Director, is here as well as Stephanie Isaacs. Is Stephanie with you, Cody?
She had to leave early, but...
I saw her earlier. Okay, thank you for being here, Cody. Sure. Some of our county elected officials, Assessor Bob Ramsey, Circuit Clerk Michael Bono Sample, Collector Holly Sanders, our County Clerk Doug Curtis, Prosecuting Attorney Chris Walton, Circuit Judges, I know I saw Ken Cassidy earlier, Stephanie Cassidy, District Judge, members of the former court, the judge recognized earlier. We have the Mayor of Benton, Mayor Farmer, Mayor Bryant, Mayor Alan Scott, City Attorney of Bryant, Ashley Clancy. We want to recognize the former superintendents. We did have a couple of changes in this process. Jeff Cullum is back in the back, former Benton superintendent, who's now at Conway. He was the one who helped initiate this process. Dr. Tom Kimbrell, who's retired, as well, was a big part of this. Angie Dissinger was at Benton when we started. She's at Brad when we finished it. So she's been a big part of making this all happen. And Judge mentioned the Chamber, Gary James, and Jason Brown. We also have with us our neighbor to the south, Lance Howe, from the Mallory Chamber of Commerce. So, did I get everybody? All right. All right. A few years ago, I was sitting in the audience at First Baptist Church in Benton. They were dedicating their sanctuary. And my friend, Dr. Rick Grant, the pastor of the church, said something that has stuck with me for many years. I give him, I attribute it to him because I should, but it's something I've used many, many times. And today is one of those days. And he said, it's not every day that you get to be a part of something that's going to outlive you. For most of us in this room, today is that day. Today, you're a part of something that's going to outlive almost all of us. This place is going to change the lives of generations of Saline County students for years and years to come. And you're a part of it. People of Saline County who voted for us to be able to do this are a part of it. Today, we should all be proud to be from Saline County. Students who walk through these doors on Monday and on Mondays for years to come will have a life impacted that we cannot even begin to imagine. Cycles of poverty will be changed. Dreams and careers will be provided to students for an untold amount of time. So today is a very, very special day in history of our county that we should all fondly remember. And I know I will. I've been honored to be a part of this process. And honored to work with everyone in this room to make today happen. In a few moments, you're going to get to see the future. It's exciting. It's invigorating. It's what gets you up each and every day going to work because you know it's going to make a difference in somebody's life and make their life better today than it was yesterday. And that's what this is all about. So here in a few minutes, I'm going to give you an instruction of where you can go and take a tour. But first, I think you all noticed earlier in the ceremony the emotion, the passion, the friendship that has developed over these 9 years between two gentlemen, Judge Airy and Mike Corbin, without whom we would not be standing here today. I've been the one who got the call between both of them sometimes when we needed to make a decision or back up and stop and listen to both of them talk about it. They have been the rock that made this place happen. Each and every day they've lived with this thing for 9 years. There is nothing that we could ever say or do or give them that would fully complement what they have meant to this place and what they have meant to our county. But we did want to give them a small token of appreciation. So, I conspired with Brian Black, our architect, and we commissioned a drawing of the architect's renderings of Brian's drawings, and it has been signed by all the members of the team that you have worked with over the last 9 years. I'm going to give one, and Scott's going to give the other, that we want to present to you in appreciation for all you both have done to make this day happen. God bless you guys. There's going to be outside of those doors someone in the green SCC TC shirt that you saw earlier that will lead your tour. So make sure you go to whichever door you want to start from. They're all going to go in different directions. All right? Everybody got that? You're all Saline County graduates, so we can put it together. All right, we got everything. Did I miss anything? Got everything? sides of the truck.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Whenever y'all are.
It's all yours. Yeah, don't mess it up. You are dismissed. Thank you all.
Okay.
Enjoyed it. My wife said you agree with
You want to check out the headset?
No, they make me sick.
Oh, okay.
Hey there. Oh my Howard. Oh